will also feature thought-provoking paper presentations and dialogues that focus on shaping the future of education. Let's begin with the invocation by the students of Isha Vishwavidyalayam.
ചിന്തതൻ സീമയിൽ അന്ത്യമായി മിന്നും പുണ്യപ്രകാശമേ ചൈതന്യരൂപമേ സത്യത്തിൻ പൊരുളായി വിളങ്ങുന്ന ദീപമേ നിത്യമഹാമയ കാരുണ്യ ശക്തി നീ.
Pranams to His Holiness Jagadguru Swami Isa. On behalf of the Isha Vishwa Prajnana Trust, I wish a very warm welcome to the distinguished guests, presenters and audience of the National Education Conference, Voices of Change, Inspiring the Next Generation to Education for Total Consciousness, and the Ideathon Challenge. The Isha Vishwa Prajnana Trust was established in 2000 by His Holiness Jagadguru Swami Isa as a registered charitable trust serving society through a variety of ways that uplift the people, sharing new knowledge and a new way of living based on the teachings of His Holiness. Swamiji's teachings have transcended borders and cultures, inspiring generations to seek knowledge not merely as a tool for professional development, but as a means to opening our eyes to our true purpose, and by doing so to foster a more compassionate world. The IVPT has a consultative status to the United Nations Economic and Social Council in recognition of its work in education.
Thank you, Meera, for the warm welcome. May I now cordially invite Honorable GEP Raj Bhavan Chair Padmasree Dr. Kiran Vyas, who will be joining us from France through video conference to deliver the presidential address.
Namaste. It's a great day, the day of birth. Swamiji's birthday is a big celebration. In my family, we used to say that this is the day when the divine comes to your soul and speaks to you and gives you the real significance of your life.
I also invite all the distinguished dignitaries to kindly join him in lighting the auspicious lamp.
It's a wonderful occasion when we are assembled here to listen to the proceedings of this conference on a very wonderful subject and on an equally auspicious occasion when our most revered and beloved Swamiji has orbited the sun 70 times. An occasion for all of us to convey our gratefulness to Swamiji for his dedicated mission. Education, for Swamiji, education has been the crux of his mission. Nothing is more important to him than the quality of education and the kind of impact it has on our future generations. And today, understandably, this significant conference is also talking about inspiring the next generation to education for total consciousness. I would say that no subject is more important than this today. Because today we are a knowledge society, everybody talks about it. Knowledge is the greatest capital today. Earlier, if you want to survive, you should have money or land or machinery, as they say in conventional communist or economics. These are the conventional economics say that these are the capitals, but today you don't require land, you don't require money, you require only knowledge. And that is a knowledge. Knowledge is the greatest capital out of which you can create profits and you can create enterprises. That we have known. And where does this knowledge come from? When we say that today is a knowledge society, we are indirectly saying that education is the most significant, most valuable, most crucial activity that decides human civilization today, because it is a knowledge generated from education. It is not divine knowledge coming to us in Dhyanam. These are all acquired knowledge through education, hardcore educational process. In fact, the output of education, whatever you have learned from education, whether it is technology or humanities or medical science or engineering marvel or whatever it is, these are all educational skills and knowledge that we have inherited from our past generations through wonderful people who have gathered all this, and that is what enriches our education today.
Ishvara Avadaramai Jagadguru Swami Isa Tripadangal, the book written by Sri Vinganur Balakrishnan, has been released by Dr. K. Jayakumar IAS. Thank you, sir.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Namah Paramatmane.
Actually today Swami want to express the idea. Actually it is not a very complicated idea about this education for total consciousness, not at all a difficult terminology for understanding. It's very easily you can able to understand, because now we are aware about consciousness, not consciousness, that is awareness. Now Swami is talking, all are watching. When anybody asking, I am aware about Swami's talk. I am totally aware about what he is saying. That is awareness. With the help of thought, when we can able to understand something with the digital and chemical way. Digital means mere information, fact and figures. That is a digital end. Thought have two ends. One is a digital end, another is emotional end. When Swami's talk, only mere exchanging information, that is going to dump inside that's totality of the information called our intellect. The thought have two ends. One is intellectual end, another is emotional end. Emotional end called mind. Intellectual end called information end called intellect. Thought have two ends. Please don't forget. Swami ഇന്ന് സംസാരിക്കുന്നത് മലയാളത്തിലാണ്, അല്ലയോ? അതെ, സ്വാമി പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ കുറെ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. ആ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് മുഴുക്ക കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത് ആകത്തുകയാൽ നമ്മുടെ ബുദ്ധിയായി. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കാൾഡ് ബുദ്ധി, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കാൾഡ് ഇന്റലക്ട്. ടോട്ടൽ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ. Each and every information, after when you are sometimes the same time, that thought becomes emotion.
Today we are in the process of conducting the national conference aiming at the youth peace education. Swamiji has already developed certain theories in education. He was trying to explain all the things. One is education for total consciousness. The other is I theory, which is being propagated globally. Lot of devotees are there, accepting the theory, learning the theory. Some are doing research in the concepts. Even in Kerala, in abroad, many people are studying the concepts. And we have organized number of programs nationally and internationally. The theories are getting more and more acceptance.
In a world that is rapidly changing, education remains the cornerstone of progress, innovation, and social justice. As we navigate the complexity of 21st century, the role of education becomes increasingly critical.
Our education system was grossly controlled by the Western people, then the Aligarh Muslim University. The unfortunate part is, you ask anybody, he can tell the names of all the Mughal emperors, won't be able to tell the names of the Indian kings, those who have ruled India before them. change is needed. I don't say that for changing, change has to be made. Change must be necessary and holistic.
അപ്പോൾ രണ്ട് കാര്യമേ ഞാൻ പറയുന്നുള്ളൂ. മെറ്റീരിയലിസം നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യമാണ്. ഇവിടെ എ സി ഇല്ലാതിരിക്കാൻ പ്രയാസമാണ്, ചൂടെടുക്കും, പിന്നെ കിടന്ന് കരഞ്ഞിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല. പക്ഷെ അതോടൊപ്പം എന്തുകൂടെ വേണം? സ്പിരിച്വലിസം വേണം. അപ്പുറത്ത് വെയിലത്ത് നിൽക്കുന്നവരെ കൂടെ ഒന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കണം. സർവകലാശാല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തുവാണ്? ഇപ്പം ഇല്ലത്. യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി പേരിന് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഫോർ മെഡിസിൻ, യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഫോർ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ്, യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഫോർ സാൻസ്ക്രിറ്റ്, യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി ഫോർ മലയാളം, ഇങ്ങനെ എല്ലാത്തിനും വരിക. സർവകലാശാലയിൽ രണ്ട് കാര്യമുണ്ട്. ആർട്സ് ആൻഡ് സയൻസ് ഗോ ടുഗദർ. സയൻസ് നമ്മുടെ കൊഗ്നിറ്റീവ് ബുദ്ധി വളർത്തും, ആർട്സ് ലിറ്ററേച്ചർ നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിനെ വളർത്തും. ആർദ്രത എന്നൊരു വാക്ക് എഴുതി വെച്ചോ, ആർദ്രത നമുക്കിന്നില്ലാത്ത വാക്കതാണ്. രണ്ടാമത്തെ പോയിന്റ്, നമ്മളിത് രണ്ടും കൂടെ മെർജ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ എന്തു പറ്റുന്നു? സ്വാമി പറഞ്ഞ പോലുള്ള ടോട്ടൽ കോൺഷ്യസ്നസ്. അതൊന്നും എനിക്ക് വലുതായിട്ട് മനസ്സിലായില്ല. ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന നിങ്ങൾക്കും അത്രയൊന്നും മനസ്സിലായില്ലെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. ഇങ്ങനെ മണ്ടയ്ക്കൂടെ, തലയുടെ മണ്ടയ്ക്കൂടെ പോട്ടെ, അത് കുറേ നാൾ വേണം, 10-40 കൊല്ലം വേണം മനസ്സിലാവാൻ. എനിക്കും വലുതായിട്ടൊന്നും മനസ്സിലായില്ല. പിന്നെ വൈസ് ചാൻസലറൊക്കെ ആകുമ്പോൾ മനസ്സിലായില്ലെന്ന് പറയാൻ ഒക്കുമോ? അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ഇരുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ, അത്രയൊന്നും മനസ്സിലായില്ല, പോട്ടെ. എങ്കിലും മനസ്സിലായിരുന്ന എന്തോ മനസ്സിലായി. അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞതിൽ മനസ്സിലായിരുന്ന എന്തോ മനസ്സിലായി. നമ്മൾ ടോട്ടാലിറ്റി വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഇതെല്ലാം വേണം. അദ്ദേഹം പറയാൻ ശ്രമിച്ചത് നമ്മുടെ ഓരോ അണുവിലും എനർജി ഉണ്ട്. ആ എനർജിയിൽ എന്തുണ്ട്? മെറ്റീരിയൽ ഇല്ലാതെ എനർജി വരത്തില്ല, ബട്ട് സ്പിരിച്വാലിറ്റി ഇല്ലാതെ സംതൃപ്തി വരത്തില്ല. രണ്ടാമത്തെ വാക്ക്.
Education is a lifelong process. Education is needed for everybody. We heard Swamiji, we are enriched. So this is education for us. The education should be for everybody. It should be a lifelong process. And that is what this new education policy is trying to emphasize.
After listening to Swamiji, particularly, again, let me share this book. I was just posted 2 days ago, sir. Day before yesterday, I received this book by post, which described education as 64 colors or arts, which includes subjects such as singing, painting, carpentry, cloth making, along with soft skills like communication, discussion, debate, as well as professional field like medicines, engineering, chemistry, mathematics, and so on and so forth.
And this methodology is based on Swamiji's unique philosophy of teaching. And we all know that we have a volume of techniques, methodologies, approaches, models of teaching, so many. And all these models or all these methodologies are based on strong philosophies or psychological principles, strong psychological principles and philosophical ideas.
As a student of Isha Vishwavidyalaya, I have witnessed firsthand the transformative power of our school's unique teaching learning methods. By integrating academic excellence with spiritual growth, yoga and other awareness.
Education for Total Consciousness is a system of education developed by His Holiness Jagadguru Swami Isa and practiced for the last 30 years. It is a philosophy of education and a methodology of teaching aiming at the highest pinnacle of individual self-realization through a practical and simple approach within the classroom.
Becoming a trained teacher in mindful self-compassion is a mark of radical acceptance with the capacities of clear seeing and relating it in tender sympathetic ways. So here compassionate mind training sessions for B.Ed and M.Ed or D.El.Ed students include an introduction to the basic concept of compassion, applying compassionate mind training model in educational settings, opportunities to practice compassionate mind exercises including soothing rhythm breathing, compassionate mind imagery and developing ideal compassionate self, and practices to remove fears, blocks or resistances to compassion and compassion based interventions.
The NEP 2020 is founded on 5 guiding principles. As we all know that 5 principles are access, equity, quality, affordability and accountability.
സോ ഗുരു ഈ ഒരു സമൂഹത്തിൻ്റെ പിൻധാരയിൽ കിടക്കുന്ന ജനങ്ങളെ അതിനെ മുഖ്യധാരയിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ ഉപയോഗിച്ച ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട ഒരു മാർഗം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അവരിൽ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം കൊടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത് തന്നെയായിരുന്നു. വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം കൊടുക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെ എന്നുള്ളതിനകത്തൊരു ചോദ്യത്തിൽ ഗുരു കണ്ടെത്തിയൊരു മാർഗമായിരുന്നു ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങൾ, ആദ്യം ക്ഷേത്രങ്ങൾ നിർമ്മിക്കുക. So Srinarayana Guru consider education as the only means to human progress and prosperity and the supreme solution for all social evils.
Our children are limited to textbooks and they are just thinking, they are limited to examination, and that is not what we have to think. We have to think beyond that, and that is something which I got from Swamiji, and I started my career as a teacher from Swamiji's school.
The whole day we had been discussing about a changing paradigm in education, and it's time to conclude our observations and the intake from this conference, and there should be many take-backs that we should be carrying with us. The interesting thing is that the whole educational paradigm in India is going through a sea change. A sea change in terms of perceptions, in terms of attitudes, in terms of takeaways. We were always boasting about such a legacy of vernacular knowledge with us. We were actually leading the world of knowledge in terms of our knowledge base. But after the Britishers came and they ruled us for centuries together, and they changed the education policy of this country for the first time post-independence, the present ruling regime has come out with a sea change in the educational policies. This policy actually talks about some of our dreams. Some of our dreams in terms of, for instance, multilingualism. We have been talking about one language, one thing for a state. For the first time, at national level, we are talking about developing multilingual faculties. We are also talking about a hugely flexible paradigm in education. I mean, the entire perception about our formal education system is changing.